Okay, so I'm just past kilometer 15 and thought I would take some footage of this area. I've never done that before in this part. Usually at this point I'm just ready to go, and yeah, so this is what it's looking like. It's a little different than the other areas that I've been going through. So I thought I would capture some of it. It's really kind of neat. Have all these firs around me and yeah, a little path going through. Love it. And gross. I think I can go around it. Just a little bit muddy there, but yuck. I hate stuff like that. So here is Scotty Creek. I'm at about 16.5 kilometers. And this bridge. Okay, so I'm just at kilometer 17, and up ahead where the sunny part is, I remember my first year was where I got attacked by a grouse because she had a bunch of babies around her, and I didn't know the babies were there, but she attacked me, came at me full on, and she scared the crap out of me. I ended up kind of yelping. I don't think it was quite a scream, but it was it was pretty funny. Up the way past that, I also saw a huge rabbit. It was so cute. Both of them allowed me to go right up to them almost. The rabbit was more leery, but the grouse, I guess because her babies were right there, I was like right beside her. That's why the pictures I got of her are like awesome, because she was right beside me, literally. Too bad I didn't get video of her attacking me, because that would have been hilarious. All right, here we go. Okay, inside joke for my husband. Dicks! It's like, oh, gross. I don't like walking through spots like this. I constantly checking my pants and everything. All right, so this is one of my most favorite parts of the whole trail. I take a picture or video of the, sorry, I've got bugs biting me, so it makes me jerk the camera. I take pictures and video of this area every time I come through because it is just gorgeous. I love it here. It's an area where you almost can't tell where the trail is because it's so, you know, spring flowery. It's not nearly as pretty right now. It's much nicer in July, but it's still gorgeous. I really love the way this open area looks. Okay, I don't know if this really shows on the video. There's a huge drop off here. I hate going down this part, and it looks way worse than I ever remember it. I can't stand this part. This is like, I think I'm going to get on my bum and try to somehow shuffle down. Hate it, hate it, hate it. Here's what it looks like from the other side. Down from below. It's like a straight down rock. Ugh. And I know I complain a lot. I still have to go down. I shouldn't be doing this for balance reasons. I still have to go down a bit to get to the road. Okay, and across the street there, exactly right there, is where what I call the Forest of Doom starts. I'm going to take a lunch break right here because usually it's pretty gnarly in there. It did get cleared very recently by some trail workers on the association team, but you never know what's going to happen in there. I don't know. It's usually pretty awful. My lunch break, siesta, bed. I won't really sleep, but I'll probably lay here for like a half an hour and eat my food and relax. So I never used to do that. I never even used to really eat, but now I make myself do it, so it helps. So this is nature's spoon. I didn't put my spoon somewhere that was very accessible, and I was not going to unpack everything. I needed to use my electrolytes, and so I used this to stir it, and it put some nice nasties at the bottom. So note to self, tomorrow we're putting the spoon in my little pouch. So I just finished having a break. I thought I'd look at where I came from on that part that I hate. And I don't know if it's showing up very well here, but that thing's like straight up practically. I can't tell if I'm getting where it is there. It's like right in there, I think. Crazy. Oh my gosh. I wouldn't want to go up that, that's for sure. If I was going south, oh no. And I'm just about to enter the Forest of Doom. This is what I like to call it. This is one of the worst areas for blowdown and deadfall every year. The association has a real hard time keeping up with it year to year because it's like so much of it comes down. I guess there's a lot of winds here in the winter and stuff. It's crazy. The first time I did it, it was awful. I couldn't believe I got through it. Actually, I actually made it, and I was wearing like 80 pounds on my back. So yeah, I know it looks kind of nice here, but it's gonna get real dismal and dark really soon. And if I feel like pulling out my phone, I will see about doing that. But yeah, I'm not excited to go in here. I don't like this part. Probably my least favorite part of the whole trail is right here. So, even though I call it the Forest of Doom, you see it looks a lot more pretty when it's sunny. Usually it's a dark day when I come through here, so it looks a little nicer, and I think the blowdown is going to be all cleaned up. But this was an area where in 2018 I actually fell. You know, when you walk on these logs and it's early July, they're most likely going to be very wet. I think they're kind of damp now, so I have to be careful. But I literally fell off to the side into that mud, except early July, it's not mud. It is an actual pool of water. And it happened again, I think, later on in the trail, or similar kind of stepping stones made with wood stones. So, yeah, I kept a lot of foul language came out of my mouth on those two occurrences. I think on one of them, well, both of them, I think, I had to get out of my backpack because I couldn't get enough leverage to get myself up. And then I was worried that my stuff was going to get wet. Even though I do use some bags to help, but oh my gosh. Anyways, let's see if I can make it without slipping. And here's where I think the other one is. I don't think I would have fallen here, because I would really hurt myself there. There's like logs and stuff in there. So maybe I only fell on the one. But I do remember both of them being an issue. I think this one's slippery. On that other one back there, actually did do a little bit of slipping as I stepped off them twice. And that was being really careful, really slow, using my poles. So yeah, I mean, some of this stuff, it can be pretty, you got to be really careful. Let's just say that. So this is the area where it begins to get to the point where I came up with the name, the Forest of Doom. As you can see, it's really not a Forest of Doom. I just call it that because of my very first experience with it in 2017. It was a very awful experience that year. All of this stuff along the side of the trail, as you can see, it was all crossing the path. So this was really, really rough to cross over or under. You couldn't really go around it. It was, you know, it was really, really hard. Once you got over one part, there'd be another part really, really, really soon. So I think I was ready to cry at one point because I weighed over 200 pounds and I was carrying about 80 pounds on my back. And so I was very, very out of shape. So yeah, it's just, this was just a really bad area in 2017, and it is so much better now. This part isn't as bad as what you're going to see in just a couple of seconds. And the best way to describe what it is that you are going through is that it's a pile of trees. Literally a pile makes a wall. And you can see an example of this, not a great one, but there's an example in my photo album video for days 2 and 3. So you can see along the sides there's new stuff. The blowdown is very constant in this area. This little section here is probably what I would call the heart of my Forest of Doom term. You can see, I mean, it's everywhere here. And at one time, this stuff was all across the path. It was really hard. I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself anywhere here. But it was, yeah, it was very, very difficult. Thankfully, the Okanagan High Rim Trail Association was formed shortly after my first trip and has since stepped up. This is definitely an area of priority each year. Every spring, it's like a different trail every year. So, and even during the summer, stuff comes up, right? So it's an area that is extremely difficult to keep up with. And I just want to say thank you to all of the volunteers throughout the year, whether they're members of the association or anybody who uses the trail. It's wonderful that you are doing this for people to be able to use. I love this trail. I love it so much. And parts like this, when they get really, really difficult, sometimes it gets harder to love it in the moment. I still look back on it and say, oh, I love it, I want to be there. And it doesn't matter how hard something is. But yeah, in the moment when you're crawling over or under the stuff, it's a little bit rough going. So thank you to the association and all volunteers. Thank you, thank you. Now there's a denter going over these darn things. I'm telling you, I remember that one last time. It's just kind of big, I think, for maintenance, I'm thinking. I do remember it last time, and you can totally get over it, but it's really hard with weight on your back and being in a lot of pain, being tired and stuff. I probably mentioned that earlier, but yeah, there's an adventure. So this is a little bit of a darker part of the trail. I guess it's still kind of part of the dune part, but the dune part was really where all that blowdown is. So, I mean, this is nicer, but I'm still not enjoying this part. I find that this area, like it's about 3 or 4 kilometers, it's my least favorite part, including this part. I'm not really a fan. A little bit of overgrowth and stuff, right? So, some of it was cleaned up, I could see, so that was good. But yeah, it's really hard to like this area. I mean, like from here, this looks kind of pretty, right? But I don't know, parts of the actual trail itself that you're walking on, it's just, I don't know. I'm really dying to get to my camp spot. So again, I got to get going. So a little bit of a botany lesson, and I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I believe that this is called Devil's Club. I don't know if you see because the sun's shining right there, but it's got like massive thorns. And the flowers, if you look at this one, I don't even know if I can get in there properly. I think that's in the shot. Flowers like that, usually white or like a reddish color, I think. And then you have something that looks similar to that. Now, I'll show you some of the leaves here. Very large. And this plant is like 6 feet. Well, maybe not 6 feet, but it's taller than me, and I'm like 5'7". Then you have this other plant, similar leaves, okay, and I've seen them be bigger than that, but yeah, but this one again, bigger than me, and it has a flower, this one's done, a flower that's like Queen Anne's lace. You do not want to touch that thing. It's called cow parsnip. And it is, excuse me, a mini version of the giant hogweed that people are talking about. That if you touch it, the leaves or the trunk, or whatever you call it, the stem, then the sun UV rays will react to the sap and cause massive blistering. But then you've got this one, which I believe is called Devil's Club. But both of these plants are rampant throughout. I'm sure that you don't want to touch the other one either. I don't know if it's harmful or not, but it would definitely hurt. Yeah, so we've had some clearing of a lot of this that has happened. Yeah, it freaks me out when I see great big patches of it, because it's, oh man, there's some places where you just can't avoid it sometimes, and you have to use your poles, or I haven't found the need to snip them yet, but that might happen. And I better get going because I'm getting eaten by mosquitoes right now. All right, so I'm at Red Wing FSR, I believe, just past kilometer 22. And my first time going through here, when I got lost, straight ahead is where I was supposed to go and across the street. But it was so overgrown that time, and the signage was not there at the time. It was like loaded with those berries that you see everywhere on this trail. And what I thought I'd do is, I think I went right for a little bit, and then I came back, and then I went left, and I went this way, and I found an area where there was sort of a trail-ish kind of section. Back then, our trail markers and blazes and stuff weren't as good back then, so I ended up, like, yeah, deep in the, well, I guess it wasn't deep, but I was in there. I was going in circles at one point. I couldn't find my way back, and I had to be rescued by a friend. So anyway, I'm kind of lucky that worked out. But yeah. All right, so I have a trail ribbon right there, and then right after it, I've got this. And I'm not sure if the trail goes right here or if it's going here. I'm going to go this way because I don't think that that's going to be very doable. But yeah, craziness. I wonder how new this is, because they've been out here. Oh, craziness. So there's the trail coming down. This is a huge, huge hill, kind of a mountain. I'm descending into Kelowna Creek Canyon, so it's pretty deep. And you come down and you come to this. This is something I hate every time I come here. It's been here a while. And then the trail is supposed to go this way. So you see this is a bit of a problem. So I had to take off my pack and put everything on the ground, and I'm going to pull everything under. I swung myself under. It's, oh, yucky spot, yucky spot. Okay, so I made it down Kelowna Creek Canyon. I'm about 23.5 kilometers in. And Kelowna Creek is quite beautiful, love it. So I ran into a little bit of diciness here. There's a little bridge there on the other side. And it's all like rotting, and all around it, it's all like mushy, and I don't know, I was like, not in your life, because the stuff beside it is the Devil's Club stuff. It's all like spiky, and like, I don't think so. So then I saw kind of a path going that way over there to that bridge. And so I kind of looked at that to cross it. Oh, that's not even it. That's another one beside it. The actual bridge is over here. And I'm like, no. No way. So I started to, I thought that I could go on my butt and inch forward the whole way. And there was a little bit of, a lot of uncertainty there. So, yeah, I went a little bit to where those logs are leaning, and I got past the first one, and the second one, I don't know, I got real scared. Real balancing act. So then those logs I climbed through, and when I got over to that area, I ended up losing my balance, and my left foot got a soaker. Great news for Blisterville. So then I walked all along there and decided that I was going to do what I always was going to do. What I planned to do was change into my Crocs and cross. And I think, where did I go? I basically went where there should be a bridge in line with the trail. And I kind of made my way this way and then to here. And then I had to kind of crawl out. So yeah, I'm glad I had the Crocs, except I was a little too late there. The left foot being soaked now. And now I'm ready to climb up out of the canyon and it's a bit of a climb. It's gonna go up. I don't know if, I don't even know if you can see up there. Right, woo, right up there. I don't know if that's the top or not. I can't remember. I know that this seems to go on forever, so I have to do it now with a full load of water, which was hell to get on my back. So here I go. I can't wait to get to the top, because at the top's where I'm going to camp. Alright, so it's not enough that I'm climbing up this huge, huge hill, but then I come across this, and the only way to get through it is to go under that sucker. And I really didn't want to take off my pack, but I made it under without taking it off. And then I realized that something was funky with my water pack, which is attached in there. So I had to take it off anyway to double check everything. Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, it's not very that steep here. It's steep enough, but yeah. We can make my way up. Okay, I'm in bed. Everything's done. I ate dinner 2 nights in a row. Oh, I don't believe. I'm used to not eating dinner for the first 3 or 4 days, but I've been able to manage it. Tonight I didn't gag. That's awesome, not gagging when you eat. It was a really, really rough day. It was hard, and I knew it was going to be. This area, this section is horrible. And it's been being maintained, but I just think in general this part of the trail is really rough. At least Cardiac Hill, like everything's like just straightforward, right? But anyway, it was a tough day. I left my campsite this morning at 9 o'clock, and I didn't get, oh gosh, I forgot to look at the exact time, but it was between 5 and 6, and it was closer to 6. I was expecting to get here by 4. But yeah, and there it is. Tired, waiting for tomorrow, hoping it's easier.